Hi guys, welcome to GR Rideshare Adventures. Just a quick intro, give you a heads up. The audio on this next podcast is not good. We were having some issues, and I believe they're corrected. If you listened to the live stream, you knew we were having some issues. So bear with it. It's not completely unlistenable, but there are definitely some humming and some static in the background. So thanks for supporting us. We appreciate it, and enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to GR Rideshare. Ben just swore at me. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I think this is episode 26.
Yep.
So super stoked about that. We got a pretty big lineup for you guys today. We're going to be talking with Dave the Uber Slave. That is his YouTube channel name, and he kind of does what we do, records the Batcam videos, and he is also involved with Tryp, the Tyrp, I think it's called.
Yep, Tryp.
Okay, and I'm going to post his channel in the live chat here. Yeah, it's super pixelated.
Yeah, he's definitely got some interesting videos on there.
Yeah, I was looking at one that had some guy took a leak in the car.
Oh, no.
I think he drives a Honda Odyssey. That's what it looked like. But the guy, he bleeped out the penis, but he took a leak in a McDonald's cup in the car and had a conversation with it.
Not even a Gatorade bottle.
I think that that I can't believe that I'm sorry, that video has not gained. It only has like 3,000 views. I'm like,
oh, it'll be more.
Yeah, so
Uber Slave is awesome, Anthony says.
Yeah.
Good job. Well, it'll be fun to have him online.
Right. He's working his way home, so we're just going to kind of go through the list, and we'll do our introductions, but all the OGs are here. We got, of course, me and Ben. He does not have a mic tonight. Or, no, he has a mic.
I have a mic
He
tonight.
doesn't have a camera because we're using that for the Skype tonight. And
then I own the mics.
He owns the mics. He's going to be muting me tonight, I think. And then Jesper.
Hello.
Hello. And Nicholas.
Hello, guys.
I think this is Nick's third time in a row or second time.
I know, maybe.
That's third.
You've been pretty consistent too.
I don't know. It's not that much, but we'll get there. We're getting there.
Okay. Dave emailed me, said he's almost home, so we'll just keep going down the list. So, in regards to the last 2 weeks, I know Ben has a story. We're going to save his for last because, that's the best story. And people were pissed that we posted that, and we're like teasing them. Hey, you're going to have to join us on the live stream to hear it. So
people kept saying clickbait.
Clickbait. It's not clickbait. We're going to tell you what it is.
It honestly happened, too.
It
so
did.
It's not clickbait.
I mean,
I was deactivated.
You were. Now, is the story absolutely crazy? Probably not, but, he was deactivated, so it's not clickbait. So, Jesper, do you have anything? I don't see anything on your list there, but as far as the last 2 weeks, anything?
So I drove last weekend, and obviously we all know in Grand Rapids Saturday was pretty good compared to any of the other days.
But you were about ready to go home.
Well, but then I caught a couple of successful fares to Allendale.
Yeah.
Which I'll talk a little bit about one of those because it really wasn't anything special. It was just nice because these 6 people, they were nice, they were just courteous, and she tipped well in the end. So it was just the fare was $33, which means it was already a 1.7 Surge XL.
Yeah.
From downtown to Allendale, a normal XL fare is probably $25. So 1.7 was 33, so that's about good. And then she also tipped $10 on top. And so it's like that just kind of makes you. It feels nice, right? It feels nice to be appreciated. It feels nice to. I had the regular talk. I have a lot of my drivers about people always ask me why you drive and all that stuff, and I always say I like. One of the reasons why I drive is because I like knowing that people get home safe, and it's the truth. And so we had that talk, and they kind of all connected and agreed with that. And so, yeah, it was just real nice to have that kind of a. They really appreciated the effort going out there, and they were super nice. They were super appreciative that I wanted to drive all the way out there. Apparently, they don't, not everybody want to do that and stuff. And then while I was out there, I ended up catching another 2.5 XL So I ended up making $60 in an hour. So,
Yeah.
That makes it all worth.
Was that first one with a $10 tip is the one that left the phone?
That is true. That came afterwards, right? So
Yeah.
then it was kind of funny. This one of the girls, they were not drunk. They were not, and she fell over one of my seats, and she literally face palmed into the street.
Really?
She didn't get hurt, and she was all laughing. It was kind of funny.
Did you catch it on video? That's what
I'm
I want
sure.
to know.
I'm sure it's on video. I'll get back to that one. But anyways, and so I was like, as she leaves, I look back and I say, "Are you okay?" I can make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
She says yes, and I said, "Please check, make sure you have all your items out of the car." Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, because we always do that, especially with the drunk people, because they
Yep.
constantly forget.
It's
Yep.
really hard with an XL to see that too. If it falls, between the door and the seat, I mean,
Yes.
you can't see it unless you
Right.
literally get out of your vehicle and go searching around.
But
And-
of course, as she fell out, her phone fell out of her pocket, and so that skated around in my car. And the next passenger kind of handed it to me and said, "Here, somebody forgot your phone." So okay, great. So that's happened, and then actually the next day I ended up. I'm not even sure how that happened because they ended up being able to call me without filing for the missing item fee.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just I didn't feel good doing it. I mean, I didn't file the missing item fee because again, they were really cool about it the day before. It was no inconvenience for me at all. She came to me, got the phone, as I was out running some errands on Sunday. So it was nothing at all.
That was nice of you to do that.
So it was just nice.
I'm going to check some audio real quick if you want to talk to Nick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
Yeah,
Nick can tell
I
that
had a
story.
pretty crazy ride on Saturday as well. It was earlier in the night, caught a 2.4 XL trip
Okay.
downtown. Get to the pickup location, they all pile in. Ask them the destination because it comes up as Erica's house. It didn't have an address or anything. Literally just Erica's house. So I'm like, all right, we're going to Erica's house, and they were all creeped out because I just said Erica's house, and they're like, yeah, that's where we're going.
I didn't know where Erica lived.
I don't know how they did it and how all that works, but just Erica's house. So start going. I'm turning left on Division off of 28th Street, and they're like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Erica's house." And they were all extremely creeped out by me saying, Erica's house. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, so where do I need to go? So they went in the app and changed the address. Well, it actually took me out to 68th Street.
Okay.
So we were way off, and ended up being a $44 ride, which, hey, I'm not going to complain about.
Of course not.
But I was just shocked that it didn't have an actual address. Have you had that happen?
Nope. I never have had that happen. No. So, I had one other affair. It was kind of again, I didn't have any crazy affairs at all last weekend, but again we had another group of 6 people getting in the car, and of course the normal conversation, and then he actually started talking about how, he points out the dash cam to me,
Yeah.
and he says, "So why do you have that for?" And all that stuff. Again, it's the same thing. My safety and all that stuff. And then he goes, "So are you one of them that like post crazy videos on YouTube?"
Yep.
I started talking a little bit about that, and it was just all fun.
A lot of riders actually think it's pretty cool. The whole YouTube channel.
Yeah, it is definitely, and so there's a lot of just pros and cons up in the media right now. Also with Lyft and Uber changing their terms of use when it comes to that footage. So yeah.
But we're not going to get into that.
No, we're not doing that this time. So, anything else? Interesting?
Lyft was insanely busy. I was back to back, and I kept forgetting to go offline.
Okay.
And it wasn't even prime time, really. I mean, I had a couple prime times, but it was just back to back, and I forgot to go offline, and so I get another ride added.
Okay.
Well, pretty soon I was 6 rides in, and then I look, and I'm already at $60, and I'm like, it's only been hour and a half. What the heck is going on?
Well,
Lyft is never like that for me, at least. But I do airport rides.
Right. No, I was sitting with Ben at the Shell station around, I think it was 11, and it's been pretty okay busy. I mean, I started at 7, and I was at about $100, just roughly at that point. And as Jason said, I was considering going home because it's dying down for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I ended up that night at $247. So I made another $150 in 3 hours.
Well, it helped
You
that
killed it.
everyone went home.
It was just
So
fine.
that Friday, I said he worked. What'd you work, like 6 hours?
7, I believe.
Yeah,
But still,
that night.
maybe it was. Only
I thought
6.
it was less, but he had
Anyways.
made like 240, and I worked like 12 hours.
Friday I made.
No, Saturday you made.
You said Friday.
I apologize.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday I worked 7 hours. I know that, and I made 240. Oh, 240.
And I worked 12 on Friday and made like 187 or something like that. So
And then I got $30 in cash tip too. It's like I made almost $80 in tips last weekend, so that was great. So
yeah, I mean, a couple of things I have, as you guys know, I'm driving full time now, so I've already completed my accelerator rewards in Golden Lyft, so I'm getting the amp and about 80 rides away from my jacket, which I'll probably get by the end of the week, maybe by early next
you can
week.
get my jacket. I don't want it anymore.
You're gonna be back with Lyft. You
About
will.
a year.
Yeah. So I had a couple interesting things. I transported 2 hookers, which is
Do you know for sure?
no. Well, the one I pick up in Wyoming. It's a nice house,
Okay.
so I'm like, whatever. I go there, and the chick comes out, and I'm like, I mean,
Something strange.
something strange. Like it says on the mailbox, whatever their last name was. You know,
Don't say it out loud.
no, I don't even know what it is, but it was like this real family house, and she stumbles out, and I take her downtown, and she falls asleep in the car. So I'm like, oh, you were up all night. I don't know for a fact, so whatever, that's fine. I took her to her ride, and then she proceeded to eat in my car after she wanted to go to the gas station.
Did she ask before?
She did not ask.
Oh.
So,
1 star?
no.
No.
Nah, I mean, she didn't spill it. So, yeah, let me get through these stories, and then we'll get Dave on. So then the other one, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so I get a ride for a guy's name. I pick up at the Wyndham right by Old Chicago. Those kind of, and it's a girl, and it was very late. It was like 3:34 in the morning. So I said, "Someone ordered the ride for you?" And she's like, "Yeah." I go, "What's his name?" She goes, "I don't know." I mean, I go, "What do you mean you don't know?" She goes, "I don't know." She calls him on the phone. "Hey, what's your name?" He says, "Why?" I says, she says, "Because the driver wants to know." And then he gave the name. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's the right one." So
I
clearly,
thought his wife was there.
well, clearly she didn't know his name. So
Actually, a long time ago, I had one like that. I picked him up out at the hotel on 28th Street, and she didn't know where she was going. I was like, "Where are you going?" "I don't know." And she ended up calling him. "So where am I going?" Like, "Why do you need
because you were
know?"
trying to confirm the
I
address.
know.
I mean, it's so obvious when that happens. I knew as soon as she
swipe left.
Oh my goodness.
Your next story is going to be my favorite one.
Which one?
The underage rider with the mom.
Yeah, so we all deal with underage riders, and my opinion is if you look old enough, I'm not going to ask. If you don't look, I'm going to ask. And so I roll up in this one, and clearly underage. She was going to a Craig's Cruisers.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you describe that to people that aren't from here? Like, I don't know.
A family fun center.
Yeah, like pizza and arcade games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my guess is he was working there. And I was like, "Oh, are you under 18? And he said, "Yeah." And the mom was hanging out. And I said, "Yeah, I can't take him." I said, "You're welcome to ride with him, and then I can bring you back." She's like, "Okay." I'm like,
Really?
"Am I on camera?" Like, I couldn't believe that she said that.
That's
and
awesome, though.
So then I got a little worried she was going to get pissed
Yep.
and 1-star me and report me to Lyft. So I already had my email written out in my head. Like, as soon as I got done, I was going to email Lyft and say, "Hey, this is what happened. The child was a minor, blah, blah, blah." And then the second I dropped her off, a tip came through for $1. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to send this email. Maybe she appreciated it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure she did. I mean, she needed him to get to work.
Right.
Yeah.
But have you, I mean,
I've never run into that.
Well, most interactions, the moms, or not necessarily the moms, but the parents freaking out at you and say, "The other driver did it, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah."
sure, yeah.
So it was just cool to have an actual interaction with a parent and a minor that was like, now they didn't say a word all the way there. But,
of course not.
I mean, it was a little awkward. I mean, I wasn't rude about it, but, and then the last story I had, I pick up this guy from the airport. And I was like, "Oh, I always ask how your flight is." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I haven't really left yet." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I drank so much last night. I pushed my flight back, and I was taking him home so he could sleep." I thought he was going to puke in the car. Like, got close to his apartment.
Drank that much? At the airport?
No. I think he
Okay.
drank the night before, and he
Okay.
like stumbled up, got his bag, and he was flying out. And it was like 1 p.m, so it wasn't like it was an early flight. It just was hilarious. I've never brought anyone back from the airport that had to push their flight back because they were too drunk or too hungover. So
what about the producer Ben's stories?
yeah, this is a drum roll. If we had a sound effect board.
Turn my mic on.
So you don't have a camera on me tonight. That's unfortunate.
And we have a weird humming. I don't know what's going
I think
on.
the hum is gone. I don't sense it anymore.
I couldn't tell you. But yeah, we're just having a night of tech fun. But you're probably all wondering why I got deactivated. So let me tell you in the shortest form I can. I was in an accident during my day job. I was not driving for Uber or Lyft. However, because I reported the damage to my insurance company and I have a rideshare policy in effect, my insurance company had to reach out to Uber and Lyft to confirm I was not driving. So, because they called my Uber and Lyft people, Lyft got word that I was in an accident. And so I received a phone call from their urgent response team, and they called me to verify that I was in an accident. And you would think I was talking to insurance adjusters. They were asking more detailed questions than
The insurance adjuster?
Wow.
asked. And none of this happened on the clock with Lyft. This was all on my day job. I had not even signed into Lyft in days. And yet they're asking me all of these pointed questions about where's the damage on your vehicle? How did you tell us what happened in the accident? How fast were you going? And I'm just like, ma'am, am I required to answer these questions? I've already gone over this with my insurance company. And she just says simply yes. And as standard procedure, we will be deactivating your account until you can provide photo proof that your vehicle has been repaired. So that's the story.
It's just bizarre that they went through. I mean, I understand why. It took me a while to think why your insurance company is so adamant to reach out to the rideshare companies, but obviously they don't want to pay a claim. Their number one job is not to pay a claim.
Exactly.
So they want to make sure you weren't driving on Uber and Lyft so they can pay the claim. But I just thought it was bizarre. And then no contact from Uber, right?
None. Zero.
Uber dummies.
Yep.
I like how they did it, though. I mean, it sucks for Ben that he got deactivated until it's fixed, but I like that they did that.
I mean,
If it was anybody else that it happened to, I'd probably like it too. But I
Yeah.
just feel kind of like, seriously?
especially this is a terrible time because all the body shops are really full.
Yeah.
Because of the ice storm, and you're
Yep.
like, oh, but we were looking at what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
But we got a contact, and it's going in on Monday.
Did we air that episode already?
We did. It
we
was
did.
Steve from CarStar Impact of Cascade.
I
Ooh,
can't
got it
say,
right.
yeah, I cannot say enough good things about that body shop, by the way. So Steve doesn't know I'm mentioning him tonight, so this is not a paid advertisement. This is not clickbait to get you to go to that body shop. I'm just saying from personal experience, I don't think I'm going to take my car anywhere else. Like, the insurance adjuster wrote in the claim that they were to use aftermarket parts. Well, Steve saw that, and he's like, there's no way I'm going to use aftermarket parts. I will put genuine GM parts on your vehicle. And I said, okay, what's the additional charge? There isn't one. He's just doing it because it's the right thing to do. And he's getting it in as soon as he possibly can. It's just really cool. So thank you, Steve.
Holy crap. Gabe says Steve is doing the work for his car.
Oh,
Well,
look at
Gabe,
that.
when you go in there, say
Good
GR
job, Gabe.
Rideshare Adventures
Yep.
sent you.
Well, I'm glad that
Yep.
he's getting some work. You know, it's nice when you
Well-
have people on and you can support them.
Steve is a great guy. He has a really amazing team, and it's just a good local company. I love just supporting local.
Yeah. I have to rag on Lyft for a minute, though. I just read Jamie Lynn's comment. She says that her insurance contacted Lyft, and Lyft never called her. Her car was totaled.
Well, that's
And
probably
they
why
didn't
they didn't
call.
call her.
Yeah. And she was on the app,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't she?
Lyft never called her. And yet they'll call me for an accident that happened off the clock. Whatever.
They must have been slow for you, and like they didn't have
Seriously.
anything to do. But Okay. Are we good? Or can we jump into the interview with Dave?
Yep, I think so.
Ben's going to connect with him on Skype, and then he'll let us know when it's on there, and we're going to try this. I don't know where that hum's coming from, man. I worked 2 hours before, and everything sounded great. Every time we go live, it's like, so. Well, we're connecting with Dave. You can check out our Zazzle store, Zazzle.com/GRRideshare. That's Zazzle.com/GRRideshare. You can get some swag. And then we do also have a patron account at patron.podbean.com/GRRideshare. And that gets you some extra perks just for supporting us a little bit. I'll put those links in here. If I can, there's that one.
The other thing we talked about real briefly while you guys are posting those, we're getting pretty close. Oh, Dave is online. Cool. So we'll do that. We'll wait with these announcements until later.
Yep, you got to wait. I don't hear any audio from Dave yet, so hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then you can fire me.
If it doesn't, I blame Ben.
Do I need to do anything other than...
Is that the one we're going to take this off? And
No, absolutely not. It should work. I mean, once he's in, can you not hear him at all? Okay. God, no.
Dave, are you there?
Can you hear us at all?
I don't think you can hear us either.
I can see him on there, but it's just never ending.
He's giving a thumbs up.
Can you hear us?
I don't know.
Dave,
I don't think we can hear him.
Okay.
Dave, are you there? Oh, Anthony can hear Dave.
Yeah, he can hear us too. We just can't hear him for some reason.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
Can you hear him now?
All right, Dave, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear.
Hey, we can hear
Perfect.
you.
We can hear Dave. Awesome.
There's this button right here, so you can bump him up as needed.
Okay. So again, sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll get there. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
So we did our own little research on Tryp, but I would like for you to kind of talk to us about Tryp. I know you're on board now, and I'd just like to know a little bit about of what Tryp is and how it can benefit rideshare drivers.
Well, I guess we have some idea of what Tryp is. It's a completely different business model than what we're used to. Uber and Lyft are pretty much the same. Tryp is similar to Lyft. Tryp is just going to be in the United States. The biggest difference is that there's a $200 a month fee for drivers. But what you're getting for that, you're essentially so with Uber, we partner with them and they take a portion and we take a portion. With Tryp, you're going to pay for the ability to use their software in order to pick up clients to drive. And so you're going to pay $200 a month to use their software. And then whatever you make, you're going to get to keep it all.
So you keep 100% of the fare.
Yeah, you keep 100% after, of course, you're just going to have to keep every month paying your $199 membership, and then you get to keep using the software and keeping all of the fares.
So just a quick question for you. The $199 fee, if it's not available in your market, do they still charge you that $199 every month?
No. In fact, if you were to sign up as a driver, they wouldn't, until the app is available and until they're approved in your market, you don't get charged.
Okay.
So right now there is no drivers. So.
And then I saw that there was two types of people. There's drivers and then there's drivers influencers. What's the difference there?
Okay, well that's where things get a little strange for a lot of people. So the way they're setting up the marketing for this company, with Uber and Lyft, in LA we get some pretty nice referral bonuses, and
we don't have those here.
What's
yeah,
that?
I mean I've seen them as high as $5,000.
Whoa!
you have to complete like 2,000 trips or something crazy. But that was like a long time ago. Right now, I've seen them as high as like 700.
Okay.
Is that for Uber or for Lyft? Sorry.
I believe that was for Uber, and that's how much you got for referring them, and I'm not sure how much the driver gets.
Okay.
So the way they're trying to do it is more like Amway or Herbalife, like these.
Their
companies
headquarters
that-
are based here. Amway's.
Is it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ada, Michigan.
So they're trying to use that model in order to recruit drivers, and that's where a lot of people are really skeptical of this company. There's a lot of negativity going around and the reason why I think that is the idea for this company is just a little over a year old. The people like just barely started building this company. So because of the idea that they came up with of how to market it, using, referral marketing, they kind of like jumped. They took that step first and started getting the word out. I think before they even secured funding.
Oh, wow.
Or really even filed papers to have a corporation. Like they just wanted to like test the market. And so like when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, this isn't real. This is fake. This company doesn't exist.
Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I thought he was still talking.
No, he stopped.
No one else wants to talk?
So real quick, just a follow-up question for that, Dave. So you said you started being a little bit iffy. What made you change your mind about it then?
Oh, good question. Okay, so the guy that I was getting all these emails from different people spamming my comments, and I was really frustrated with the company. And then somebody called me that said that they could actually sit me down with the CEO and the CMO.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, I might as well check it out. So that's what happened. This guy, he actually is very close with the family of the CEO. And so that connection, meeting this guy, actually getting to sit down and talk with the CEO, and then actually explaining what their plan is and how they're just getting started with all this, it made me, suddenly I'm like, okay, well, this is real,
Is there a set date where they're actually going to be releasing the app?
No, there isn't a set date, but I did hear through the grapevine that tomorrow, okay, so they do a call every Thursday on the official Tryp Facebook group.
Yes, I actually watched a live webinar on the Facebook group. It was on YouTube, obviously, but someone had posted that.
Well, for weeks, they've been doing like a call every Thursday where people call in, but last week, for the first time, they did like in a video format. So what it was is you had the CMO, the CEO, and Stuart Bishop. And they just talked about what's the latest, like what they got done in the last week and what, any announcements that are available. So what I heard was that they're actually going to show the app, and, there's going to be some kind of announcement on the app on Thursday. So, but until honestly, I'm trying not to get too excited until there's actually drivers out there, because until there's drivers paying
Right.
$200 a month to use and consistently paying month after month, and this becoming a successful business, nobody's going to make any money.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, because it's now I may have missed it because we're trying to do some technical. Dave, possibly, do you have a dual screens open? We're hearing an echo on your end, so I'm wondering if there's some back feed coming in somewhere. I was just curious if you did.
Here, let me turn down. Did that fix it?
Yeah, it's usually about a 15-second delay, so
No, I can't hear you though.
you can't hear me now? Yeah, I don't know if it sounds like maybe you were playing something and it's going into your mic and then double echoing somehow, but sorry. Anthony says headphones, LOL. Please stand by while we technically fix this up.
Well, so this is our first time we have a an interview on.
Yeah, and we
so
did
The
test it.
headphones are in the car, but did that fix it?
We can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, it was. We can hear him just fine, but the problem is the live stream is hearing an echo from Dave.
Oh,
So, and not from us. So that's we were just checking on. But are we good, or do we still got? You don't know. You don't know.
Well, let's.
We'll just keep going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to keep him on too long. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be our end too. So,
Should I talk so you can tell if there's an echo or not?
say that, Ben. He says we're
Yep.
good. So,
Yep, we're good.
no, I appreciate you saying that because it's. I mean, okay, so I may have missed it earlier because I was working on the tech stuff. Did you have invested the money into the company?
he hasn't paid anything.
You haven't paid anything. Okay. I can't hear.
I can't hear Dave,
Dave
no.
at all now.
Yeah, I paid the
there we go.
$150 a year influencer fee.
Oh, so,
Okay.
okay.
I feel like okay, so I could have just waited because I got my link, right? And you don't even need to get your link to start referring other people. You don't even need to like pay the money. You know, I'm gonna run out and get my headphones.
Okay, I think you're getting the delay on there. We'll continue on and okay.
Yeah, that's a huge game changer, though, if you don't have to pay any money until it's in your market.
So
in
we
the
did.
app.
I did read the chatter about that on
Right.
the rideshare guy, and he did say that. So I wanted to ask him. So he paid the $150 that they did charge.
Yes.
But the other part they're not charging until it's in his market.
Correct.
Exactly.
Um,
And I guess the 150 is the eligibility fee or whatever. Like, yes, I want to play. I want to play along. So there's some of that, right?
so the $150 you refer people.
But I don't think you're a driver. I think you're just an influencer.
That's the influencer, yes.
That's what I'm like. I mean, we'll wait till he gets back.
So
but-
I would be interested if you wanted to be a driver influencer. What would that cost be? Would you have to pay the $150 yearly on top of the $199 a month? Because you're talking.
No, I think the $150 is a yearly thing, and then you have to pay $200 to be a driver.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's like right around $2,400 a year to be a driver on that app. That's pretty steep.
Yeah, that's real steep.
But if you're keeping 100% of the fare, I mean, you could easily make up, especially being full-time driver.
I mean, I was just looking at my taxes earlier. I paid we paid $4,000 last year in Uber money.
Oh, so that's a good point.
Uber
They
fees, that's your difference, right? So see, I don't.
But here's where I'm kind of iffy on it, is because Uber and Lyft, you can go out whenever you want.
Well, you can still do
Not
it
with
there.
this, because you're gonna have the $199 a month fee that you're gonna have to pay.
Well, yeah, but it essentially it's the same thing as with a credit card company. Okay, so as a business owner, so it's a cost of doing business. So as a business owner, I can either choose to take PayPal, and I pay a little bit higher per transaction fee because I know I'm just going to do that, or I can do a credit card, a merchant account, where I have a monthly cost and a lower per transaction fee. And essentially, that's what this is. So if you know you're going to drive full time, or if you know that it's definitely going to be worth it, you're going to drive more, well, you're going to end up paying less.
right. I think this is a good idea if the app is there
The
riders.
The other thing is, we saw with all the other apps in Grand Rapids, the apps were there, but there's no driver, there's no riders.
Right.
So that's going to be the game changer. How quickly can we get the riders to use the platform?
Yeah.
That's got to be the game changer.
Are you there, Dave?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So yeah, we were just talking about how the $200 doesn't seem terrible because if you look at how much Uber and Lyft take on their end, the $200 is less. But
Right.
Where's the riders? That's the problem. You're not going to be able to. You're spending $200 a month. What if you take 10 rides? You know.
There's an answer for everything too. So the way they're going to get riders, it's all about like viral marketing.
Right.
So you could get your link. So you find somebody that refers you, right? So then you click on their link, and then you have the opportunity to sign up as a rider, influencer, driver, or all. You could be all of it.
Okay.
So you sign up to be a passenger. Well, you get a link. And that link isn't really going to do you any good except for referring other passengers until you upgrade. So by referring other passengers, which anybody can do that signs up without paying anything, you're going to get 40 cents out of the booking fee for every trip that
So does that-
person.
But you just said that there's no booking fee. I'm confused now. I'm sorry.
As a
I never
rider?
said there was no booking fee. There's going to be a $1.99 booking fee, just like
So does the driver keep that then?
No, that goes to Lyft.
No, Trip.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
really, the
so-
driver doesn't get to keep 100% of the fare.
Well, yeah, you could look at it that way.
Oh.
Well,
so,
no.
So there's a booking fee, but that's why I'm here, so I can
But-
give you all the details.
But so Dave, you said the booking. You're referring to the $1.99 a month is a one-time use booking fee for as many rides as you want.
The $1.99 a month, that's $199 a month. That's to use the software.
Yeah.
And it also provides insurance. They're going
Right.
to have the same insurance, the $1 million
Sure.
coverage.
Yep.
That's what they're saying. So, and then there's also the $1.99 booking fee.
$1.99.
$1.99
Yeah.
Per ride.
that the rider pays
Yes.
to Trip.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
so the driver doesn't pay that.
Yeah.
No.
And 40 cents of that goes to whoever referred that passenger.
Now, does
Forever.
it cost money for you to sign up as a rider?
No.
Okay.
You could sign up as a rider right now. Yeah. And then so basically you guys could get your link and start promoting Tryp if you just,
Now, quick question for you. What is the mileage and time rates on those trips? Or are they not anywhere even close to knowing that yet?
Okay, so what they're trying to say right now, and I really want to talk to somebody about this. I want to get the word up to the top, let them know, are you guys aware of upfront pricing? Because whatever because they're looking at it like the rates, we need to be 2%, 1 to 2% lower than the rates for Lyft and Uber is what they're trying to say right now. And I feel like when I hear them say that, I feel like they don't quite understand how pricing works yet.
Right.
Well, that's why it's so weird to spend money on something, and it's I would be so nervous on spending money without
There's
having.
not going to be any pool right away either.
Well, we don't have Uber Pool here anyway.
They can keep it.
Yeah. We don't want it.
So I think I love the idea. It sounds like super exciting. I think it's a little bit premature for me. I want to see, and particularly because the Grand Rapids market is a medium-sized market at best, and how quickly is it going to make it here? So again, not that
It's on the list. I have
Well,
I have a picture of Detroit, Flint, and Grand Rapids is on their list.
Not even Lansing?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
And they spelled Grand Rapids wrong. That's on the picture, right?
They
is
got
it
approval in Ohio.
is it Grand Rapids, Minnesota then?
No, it's Grand Rapids without an S. They forgot the S.
So is Ohio the only state that they're actually approved to operate in?
They're approved in Phoenix, Tucson, New Mexico, Ohio, and Utah.
Well, it certainly sounds like tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a potential game changer when you know for sure whether or not they're going to show off that app. So
Oh, they're supposed to show off tomorrow?
Yeah, Thursday. Yep.
Oh, well, that's kind of exciting.
I think you meant this tomorrow, but
Yeah.
it might be next Thursday. I don't
Okay.
know.
you meant tomorrow,
this
right, Dave?
Thursday, tomorrow.
Yep. So
So if you were to give one piece of not advice, but are you actively pushing this? Are you reaching out to drivers and trying to get them to sign up or not?
Well, I've been telling people look, nobody can drive right now. It's sign up as a passenger. That way you could get a link and you could start referring other passengers and get involved with Tryp and show support, right? Because when people sign up, that's a metric for the company to show look, that because whoever, I don't know who's giving them funding, but obviously they're going to have to show some kind of results for their money.
Right. At some point.
Yeah.
And as you
So
said,
I figure that's if we want to see a third company, we need to sign up as passengers at least, just to let people know, show that this could work and people are interested.
Again, if they had an app in riders and they were only going to charge me $200 a month and I could work as much as I do right now, I'm all in because I'm going to be making more money.
Right.
Yeah. So sign up for free. And then when the app becomes available, I'm the type of person, when any new tech, because this is technology, right? Yep. When any new tech comes out, I like to wait as long as I can before I invest my money in it.
Right.
Unfortunately, somebody needs to go out there and do it. But it looks to me from what people are saying and the response so far, people are going to go out there and just go for it and try it out. But I'm like you guys, I want to know, how much am I going to make? How busy is my area? Am I wasting my $200 here, or am I actually going to get some kind of return here? I don't want to do it if it's going to be a waste.
I think what they're trying to do is start out this referral program. So drivers are still making money as they build the rider base. Right. My guess is that's what they want to do to keep them on, which I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
It just seems a little weird doing it this way. And I think the problem, a referral link for a passenger,
well, how did they get funding without providing an app?
That's easy enough. It's easy enough to get funding with an idea that people do that every day.
I mean, it actually is a good idea. I really do believe that.
So we do have a quick question from Peter Spalding online. I want to address that real fast. So Steady Fare has actually been sold and shut down. So Peter was asking, don't Grand Rapids already have a third company? And yes, there was a local gentleman here who had a company called Steady Fare. And yeah, they sold it to a local nonprofit that are now using that just for their clients. So it's off. It's no longer in use for commercial use.
Is Dave still talking? Because I don't hear him.
No, I don't think so.
What was the question?
Oh, no, it was a local question from one of our viewers.
Oh, Steady Fare. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. There's so many new companies, though. In San Diego, they have Bounce. There's a company called Yay Driver.
One of our drivers here, one called Pung, Pung. So it's supposed to stands for pull up and go.
Right.
That's a service?
Yeah, and they said her name's Jamie Lynn, and she said they're doing almost the same thing that pull up and go is doing, Pung for short.
Yeah.
I said,
who do you drive for? Pung.
I know, it's close to dung.
Well, there was also a local lady doing I guess maybe also on an app, but when her focus is transporting young children.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how that
started out in San Francisco, I think, because Dave's in LA.
So Dave, just another question about Tryp. I did look at the rider referrals, and for rider referral, you get points, Tryp points that you can spend on cash or free discounted rides.
Tryp points? That's something I don't even know anything about.
Sorry, I dug into the website pretty deep today. I spent 4 hours on it.
Which website was this? Tryp Rides?
Yep, it was Tryp Rides. Yep.
Wow.
Isn't there two websites? Did we talk about that early on when I was messing with the tech stuff?
Well, so we found one called trypp.com, but I don't think it's connected. That sounds like something. It from looking at it, that's a service transporting between larger cities. So I guess it's the rideshare service, but I think it's different.
Yeah, there was a couple of pictures I have that I looked at. Was like, it just seemed weird. We're not the opinions of. Did you see that at the bottom? The opinions of these influencers have no bearing on Tryp.com or something like that. I'm like, where am I? Who's not claiming this website? But
so another follow-up question real quick, and this is from Larry. He's asking why would riders choose Tryp over Lyft and Uber? So for riders, Larry, the claim, as far as what I can understand on Dave, the claim is that Tryp is going to be cheaper than Lyft or Uber.
Cheaper
for riders.
How could it be?
Also, no surging.
And no searching, yes.
Well, if you're making 100% of the fare.
Well, okay, so that's the thing. How is that going to affect our payment?
I feel like you got to take like Dave takes his whole month of rideshare driving for both and like convert it all to Tryp, what it would cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like what it would
right.
look like for Tryp and their rates and the $200 fee and all that.
Particularly for me as a weekend warrior, a lot of my income is search.
Yeah.
And so if that's a third of my income
But
going to fall
if-
away, then all of a sudden
On the weekend, if you didn't have to deal with the bar crowd, wouldn't you go out during the day?
Well-
I don't have that. I mean, for me, two reasons why I drive. Right, I actually like the bar crowd. I think it's fun, and two, I like the extra money. So, would I do it? Would I do it?
Do you think passengers are going to wait a little bit longer, possibly, in order to guarantee that they don't have to pay surge?
So
That's
I think
a good question.
I think they would. Here in Grand Rapids, it's kind of an interesting thing because most nights the search will be over in 15 minutes.
There's a way around surge, but I'm not going to tell anyone.
Well, that's why they created flat rate surge. What do they call it when the surge is the same everywhere? There's no multiple.
Oh, yeah, that hasn't come here yet. I'm sure it
Knock
will.
on wood.
It's pretty much. I know Dustin talked about it. I think they have it in Tampa. And it's low too. It's like
Yeah.
$4, $7. I'm like,
Yeah, I think
I
that the
think
highest I
it's
saw was
because-
like 21.
wow.
Like if an area like consistently surges, like that one area all the time consistently, then all you got to do is take a ride right out of the area, and then you can order another car.
Right.
So they create flat rate surge to eliminate that.
Yeah, I don't want it to come here, and I can't believe it hasn't come here yet. So,
Who knows? Jamie Lynn does bring up a good point. She says if there's no surge on Saturday night, that means that Tryp will not get any drivers when Uber and Lyft is searching. We saw that the other night. Drivers go where the surge is.
right.
And so,
Passengers go where the fares are the cheapest.
well, yeah, but if there's nobody to pick up the passengers,
Yeah.
if all the drivers is on Lyft or Uber because that's where it's searching.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
mean,
think like basically drivers are all going to band together and be like, we're not going to drive Tryp when the bars are getting out?
But don't you think they're going to figure it out at least? I don't know. I mean,
Well, I mean, we all kind of do that right now. We wait till the surge grows and then we go back online.
well, not so much anymore. It's not. Well, at least I haven't been able to do that this year.
I've noticed like during the day, now that I'm driving during the day, that Lyft, I am busier and snot on Lyft because when Uber has just a slight surge, everyone goes to Lyft. And
Right.
I think that's just what it's going to happen. And maybe he's right. Maybe when Uber and Lyft are surging, they're going to all go to Tryp. And
There's not a
so
lot of surge out here anymore, honestly.
there's not here either.
So, Dave, quick question about Tryp before I forget again. It just popped back in my head. Does the rider directly pay the driver through the app? And what happens if
Oh, that's interesting.
the payment does not go through?
Oh, yeah, that's all interesting stuff. I mean, we're just going to have to wait to find out. But I'll tell you what Robert McNulty told me, that he wanted to make this very clear that they're going to do things very differently than Uber and Lyft. You're going to have your own merchant account, and the money is going to go straight to you. Tryp isn't going to touch the money from the fares other than the $2, the $1.99 that's theirs.
So that also means that the rider, that also means that the driver is going to have to carry a 2 to 3% merchant transaction fee as well.
I wonder.
Well, they're going to have to because
Somebody's got to pay it.
someone's going to have to pay that fee.
And I'm
Right.
wondering if like you brought up, if the driver's responsible if the car doesn't go through or whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, chargebacks.
But yeah,
Hmm.
that all pushes the risk away from Tryp onto the driver.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Well, we're about ready to wrap up here and move on. But Dave, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's been interesting. I'm actually more encouraged than going into the interview tonight. So I think it's a good idea. I just, man, you kind of feel, don't you? everyone that got on Amway early is sitting pretty right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it makes you think about it a little bit, because I'm kind of a gambler. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I think about that and be like, I wonder if. But
Yep.
you got anything else to add?
No, it's just people keep bringing up more concerns, the damage fee, the puke fee, and those are all things that is going to have to be addressed, and I think it's just early on still. But thank you so much for coming on, Dave.
Yeah, well, get your links from me, guys, so that you can try to get involved.
Yeah, definitely.
You can get it from my channel. They're there. You'll find them.
Okay. I will do that. All right. Thanks, Dave. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, I mean the puke fee, the damage fee, absolutely. I guess we see when the app comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't answer any
I'm
of that.
encouraged that you don't have to pay anything until it's available in your market.
Well, you have to pay the intro fee. You have to pay.
That's only if you want to be an influencer, though, from my understanding.
No,
Correct. You don't have to pay that $150.
That's only if you want to be an influencer.
Well, what about for a driver though? You have to pay that.
Only when the app's available in your market.
But you can't refer anyone
Correct.
without paying that $150.
You can only refer riders.
No.
No, the riders you can refer right away. Then you get the point 40.
Here's the problem with some of these things, because we're all like, no, riders, drivers,
Right, yeah.
riders, drivers. I wish they would just spell it out a little bit better.
Well, it sounds like they're still figuring a lot of it out. I think that's probably the issue.
But I now see why they want to do the referral thing, because it's like, hey, we want to keep these drivers happy while we build the rider base.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. Do you guys want to get your cards out?
To pay for it?
Yeah.
I'm not paying for it right now.
You're not?
No.
Hell no.
I'm gonna give it 6 months and see how it goes.
Okay.
I did think of an idea, so remind me later.
Oh, you better write it down, because you're going to forget.
So again, just real quick, the big thing obviously is if you look at it from I'm a part timer. Last year I paid $4,000 roughly to Uber and Lyft.
That
and all
is
the
crazy,
fees,
even as part-time.
And the new model, a potential new Tryp model, according to their model, I would only quote unquote only pay about roughly $2,500. So
You did that math in your head?
No, I did the math earlier.
$200 a month times 12. That's
Oh.
And a sign up fee is very
It
hard.
was like
I know.
$23.80.
I'm stupid. It's 200 times 12.
So yeah. So that
So
would be
even
the difference in
even
the
as
model.
a part-time driver, if the riders were there, you'd make a killing.
But then there's all the risks that we don't know about.
Right.
Credit card you don't go through. If you have damage to your vehicle, how is the insurance gonna work? I don't know. There's all these unknowns still.
I actually kind of am a fan that they're not touching the money. I kind of like that it's a clean, you know what I mean? Because at least you're getting your money if the card goes through.
But they are touching the money because they're taking that $199 booking fee.
From the rider, not from you.
Well, no, but still you're not getting 100% of the fare.
Yes, you are.
The booking fee.
No, he said it was only the rider was only paying that. It doesn't even come in on our end.
No, but they still had the transactions still have to go through to them.
Yeah, well, they're
So
touching their
technically-
money, but
So-
we get they're paying the fare to us, right?
Well, so yeah, but to book it, they're paying Tryp $1.99.
Correct.
To book the fare.
And then
When it's done, they pay us
right,
$645 that we charge them to drive into Allendale.
right. Oh, well, thank you guys for those good questions. I know a lot of people have been wondering about it, so we are gonna just move on to rideshare in the news. Oh no, I have to. I wonder if this kid. I told this detail kid that we would talk about him right in the beginning, and then we didn't.
Kid.
So I don't know if he signed on, but you can throw those pictures up, Ben. This kid, if you're in the Grand Rapids market, and a lot of our listeners and viewers is amazing. His name is Connor, and he's a high school kid, and he does detail work, and he did an amazing job on my car, and prices are reasonable. And we'll post his contact info. Not in the link because I don't have it handy, or not in the stream, but I'll post it at some point. But he only does work on weekends right now. But
There it is.
all right, cool. Yeah, and does Ben have the picture up?
Yes, he does.
Okay. If you look at that note, that's what he gave me after he was done. I thought, what a good little business kid. Like,
Oh,
Just
Connor's even online. Hey,
Is he?
Connor.
He is. So he's been creeping in the background. So I told him that we would talk about him. Here we are an hour in, and we just getting to him. So
We had a lot going on.
yeah, we did, and a lot of tech snafus, but goes with the territory. So yeah, Connor does a great job. He there's his phone number and email. He definitely is worth taking a look at. Again, he's only doing the weekends now. But yeah, look at that note, that nice note, Connor. That was great. I appreciate that, and you did a great job. So thank you again. All right, let's jump into rideshare on the news. So let's see if we can get through this technical. We're changing it up a little bit. So obviously in the news, there's been a ton of drivers getting attacked and riders being buttholes and etc. So we're going to watch a couple of videos. The first one is a Las Vegas Uber driver was attacked. This one's pretty short, and I don't know a ton of the story behind it. So Ben's going to play that, and he's going to mute our mics so that we can hear it on the other end, and then we'll talk about it. Thank you, Ben. You know, that guy can take a punch. I mean, that was crazy, and I don't know the follow-up story on that, but it was.
I can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah, I know we're pretty quiet. I'm not sure what's going on there, but can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, there we
Good.
go. Yeah, that guy can take a punch. He actually like shook it off like it was no big deal.
I think his adrenaline was pumping. It was like,
Yeah, that helped.
What the heck just happened?
Now, does anyone know the background? Why that happened? What they were?
I think they were underage riders.
They were underage.
Clearly.
I read the article. So basically, they in that market there was a Uber, I think it was Uber Pool actually, and they had only ordered one seat. And they get there, and then they both jump in there.
They ordered one seat.
Yeah, I guess in Uber Pool
you can order up to two.
You pay per seats.
Oh.
And so they had ordered one seat and wanted to cheat him for the two seat.
Oh.
And they weren't.
And he's like,
Exactly. And then and then they hit him and leave. They were trying.
They
to
broke
cheat
his
him.
cheekbone.
They did?
Yeah.
Man, that guy can take a punch.
and his eye socket too. Jamie says.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So. I mean.
Yeah, they were caught later. Look at Larry on top of it. They ordered.
Attaboy, Larry.
Larry's a rock star. But yeah, it's just what a shame. This is the whole reason to have a dash cam. Like, hello. All right. What do we got next? So next up, rider leaves, which they should be on the desktop, Ben. That one's not on there? All right, well, you can try to play it off there or that one. He leaves weed in the
Uber.
And we can play that. Sorry. What's going on? Did we have a fail?
I think
I'm
we
sorry.
had a fail.
I'm not sure what's going on.
It took too long to load on this computer.
Did it?
Oh, man.
All right.
That's all right. Well, we can talk about it. Anyways.
Yeah,
we watched
for sure.
The video.
I gave Ben some extra steps tonight, and it's too much to juggle because it's tough. He's trying to play it for us, and
We'll figure it out. We're working on getting some more equipment. So.
that's not going to help. Just FYI. Yeah, so this guy left. Basically, he left 2 pounds of marijuana.
How do you leave 2 pounds? That's what
I mean,
It was in his backpack, and then he submitted for the forgot item fee. Too.
what an idiot! Like, that's a lot of pot. I mean, I don't know what 2 pounds is worth, but
Well, no wonder he wanted it back.
Right.
Right.
Depends what state.
yeah, exactly. But I don't understand why. I mean,
How do you feel about the driver who turned him into the police? Would you turn him in, or would you be kind of iffy because that's a lot of weed? You know.
I mean, if you that they'd come back find you and
later down the line.
Well, clearly that guy's an idiot criminal. He probably couldn't
that's what
figure
I'm
out how to
saying.
find you. Well, he probably got it from his dealer. So
That's what I'm saying. His dealer is going to be pissed.
yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know if 2 pounds is a ton or what. I assume so, but
I feel like it's a lot.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's a lot. I mean, as much as you smoke, you don't know how much 2 pounds is.
no, I don't smoke.
I know it is season.
Even though it's legal here now.
It is legal. Well, it is, but you still can't buy it
No,
legally.
you can gift it.
You can grow it. You can grow it. You can have up to 6 ounces on your person. That's
I don't even know how much that is.
A lot of marijuana. No.
Like one smoking session marijuana?
Oh, no. That's more. Well, yeah, if you want to die. No, you can't overdose on marijuana. Let's not go there. Okay, so this next one.
This one bothered me.
This is a lot.
So this one is interesting, and bear with us. I want you. Did you play it already for the guys? Is it rolling for them?
Yeah.
Okay. Good job. Yeah. So just a preview on this. It's a long video, but it just by the end of it, you'll want to punch somebody, and you may want to punch both of them. So
No, I'm gonna punch Jesper.
he didn't do nothing.
Now he's right
I
next
take
to
my
me.
glasses off then.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
At least my glasses.
Have you watched this video yet, Jesper?
I have.
I've not.
Oh, we're not getting any audio.
I should have expected.
So what do y'all think of that as it's finishing up for you guys? That was. They both need to be smacked.
Yeah, that was just not. That was.
I always caution people when they watch these videos is say, you don't know what happened before
Correct. Yeah.
and you don't know what happened after. So
Right.
take it with a grain of salt. I mean, he clearly's probably got deactivated.
But there's no reason to get that way, though.
Yeah, I don't understand why at the beginning I was like, why didn't he at the beginning when he was going to be like,
Yeah.
you need to get out? And like Nick said, should have put it in park, should have took the keys out,
I know,
should have
get
sat,
out.
got out of the car and asked her to leave. And if she didn't, I understand adrenaline because I've been there, not to
Right.
that extent, obviously,
No.
but I've been like, get out of my car. You know what I mean? But he should have done that because now he's going to get deactivated. And
Well, and it became this thing it didn't have to be, right? That's the thing.
yeah, I mean, they both escalate each other. We've all been there. I mean,
Right.
you know, I mean, it just happens, but that's a shame because
Should have never happened. Really.
it should have never happened. Yeah, neither of them were being adults. When you first start arguing or fighting like that, when they both go back and forth, then it's like, okay, well, let's try to solve the problem, not continue to
And
call
I'm
each other names.
I'm sure most of the drivers knows this, but remember, guys, if you rate anybody less than 3, you're never gonna get matched up with them again.
Right.
So cancel the fare, eat the cost or whatever. Just don't. I mean, what I would do is cancel the fare, don't charge the rider, and move on.
Yeah, Jesper brought that up today for my rider I had, but it was a long ride. But if it's a shorter ride, yeah, cancel the fare. And I would immediately. Well, see, the problem is that when you cancel it, will it show up in your history that you could email Lyft or Uber, regardless, and say, hey, this happened, just FYI, or what do you do? Just cancel it and hope that they don't respond, or
I don't know. I mean,
I'm just asking your
but
opinion.
If it's a cancel, at least they can't. I mean, yeah, I don't
They
know.
I know
can't
Lyft-
rate you,
I
but-
know Lyft shows if you
Lyft
cancel
does it?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, there's been a couple of times where I have, I started the fare and then I canceled it.
Well, you got a low rating then.
No, no.
No, he canceled it.
Canceled
No, he
it
said he
and-
started the fare.
Well,
yeah, but you can still
you
cancel
can
it.
still cancel and don't charge the driver.
You won't get rated.
don't
You
charge
just
the
don't get
rider.
paid on it.
Yeah.
I like to.
That was the one time I was in the hood, if you will, at 2 a.m. in the morning. They wanted me to take 7 people. I was waiting long enough that I ended up starting the fair, and then they show up with 9 people. I think, yeah, I don't think so.
Right. Yeah, I would always just cancel. So.
Yeah.
So next up, we don't have any videos for these, but it looks like Starbucks is teaming up with Uber Eats to deliver their drinks, and it's interesting that Starbucks did that because Uber's kind of a toxic company. You know what I mean? I look at Starbucks as being more wholesome. You know what I mean? They try to do the right thing, and Uber, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bad connection.
Well, we'll see if Starbucks get the result out they hope for.
Yeah.
If it'll be a lot of cold coffee.
I did
delivery.
see here DoorDash does Big B.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, good to know. Did you see my eyes light up? I mean, I live so far away, a mile down the road from a Big B.
But still, if you don't have to get
I
out of bed to
know,
go get
right?
it.
So I did see there was what was that? There was a local sub shop, right? That this month, if you deliver a sub for them,
Jersey Mike's.
Can you
Jersey
bump
Mike's.
Jesper up a little bit? I can
If
barely
you
hear him.
deliver a Jersey Mike this month before the February 28th, they will give you a 6-inch sub.
That's
sandwich
awesome. That's awesome.
to the driver.
A lot of restaurants, I know you guys don't. I mean, you killed it on DoorDash. I mean, just absolutely killed it.
We do one ride.
I've probably done 6, so I'm not right there with you. But a lot of the restaurants will give you a soda while you're waiting or stuff, so it's kind of cool when they do that. I haven't done food delivery. I've been trying to do the Grubhub, but just like Uber and Lyft, everything's slow, so even I'm not getting a ton of orders on Grubhub. So.
Yeah, Andrew, I know your wife will love that, so mine. So that's what I'm not gonna tell her.
About the Starbucks?
Yeah.
I know. Ben's wife loves Starbucks.
I love Starbucks.
Yeah. Like,
Let's just be real. If you were to look at the money I spent at Starbucks, it's probably the money I earned rideshare driving.
right. No, seriously. He had like a Starbucks intervention about 6 months ago. He's like, oh my gosh, I figured out how much I spent at Starbucks. I need to stop.
Addict.
I'm like that with Big B, so I know where he's coming from. So next up, Uber investigation, unit employee stressed out. Well, no kidding.
Yeah.
Like, does that surprise you? This is why everyone gets this question in their car, right? They're like, hey, who do you like driving better for, Uber or Lyft? I always say Lyft, and they ask why, and blah blah. I'm like, Lyft just seems to generally a better company. I mean, they don't have the scandals.
Right.
So looks like one person killed himself apparently. So it's not surprising that they're.
But they've also been around longer, and they are used more. So it's.
So you think they have more scandals because they're used more?
Yeah, there's more people on the platform. I mean, what would it look like if Lyft was around first? I'm not saying. I mean.
No, because I feel like it starts from the top and going down, and Uber's had nothing but
Uber's top was bad.
that Travis Capatoopy, whatever his name is.
Yep.
Did you like that?
But they're definitely doing theirs to improve that now.
Yes, they're working on it, but still.
So I think the big part about it is when you see Uber in the news, it's huge. Anything that has to do with Uber.
Oh, do you want to hear a funny story about that?
Yeah, let's
So
hear
we
it.
had a story on the plan tonight, and
I'll take blame.
It's hilarious. It said something about, I can't even remember what it was, but it said Uber dash something, like Uber strict or Uber racist or something. So Nick thought it was an Uber article, and he's like, no, it's about Uber Eats. And I'm like, Nick, I read the article. I don't see the word Uber in this entire article. Then he posted the link again, circled it. I read it again just to make sure I didn't miss it, because I'm like, I cannot throw Nick under the bus if it literally says something in
I
here.
think it said Uber strict.
Something, but it had, what we don't realize is that word Uber was used before Uber was around. Like, this is Uber awesome, bro, or it's kind of a bro thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so any Uber clearly gets clicks if you put it in the title. So we didn't share that one with you tonight. Thanks Ben for sharing those. Okay.
This one's interesting.
I do like this one. So this one is about insurance for things you forgot or dropped in your Uber. So, it talks about the tech world and how many things people carry around. So they're going to go start insuring those items.
Cameras, phones.
If you leave them in an Uber. I know they're only in a few states, like small states. I'm trying to look here. I don't have
They only take payment with cryptocurrency and all.
They do?
No,
Oh,
they cannot.
I about my eyes lit up. I'm like, never mind. I'm not supporting this company. I mean, I guess
I think it's cool, especially if you take a lot of Ubers
Right.
and Lyfts.
Well, I had a guy this morning. We were driving about 5 minutes in the ride. It was like from Marne to like downtown, or like 44th and Breton. So it was a good ride. It was like 23 minutes. And his wife called him. And she's like, and he gets off. He's like, yeah, she was reminding me not to forget my phone, because I forgot my phone twice in Ubers, because he sticks them underneath his.
Well, if you leave something and the next rider's not honest, there goes your phone or your camera or anything.
I'd be interested in what the deductible is and how much it is per month. But
$199. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, think about this. Like, a an iPhone Max XS is $1,300 brand new. I mean, you need insurance on that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's, I mean, yeah.
So accessories aren't covered
No,
under
I'm
any
just thinking it through. Sorry.
So it's 85 cents a day for coverage.
Oh,
So was that too much?
I think that's way too high.
Oh, because it's almost $1 a day.
So you're talking $30 a month.
I mean, roughly. I'm not doing the math.
I guess-
I'm not doing 85 cents
I
times
guess
30.
it depends on what all it covers.
Well, it doesn't cover your case. There is no software or bug attack help. Accessories aren't covered under any circumstances. So it's basically like if it gets stolen. Let's see.
And is it just for Uber and Lyft rides, or does it cover?
I don't think so.
So I thought that your home insurance would cover something like that.
That's a good question.
On items like that.
We should reach out to Jeff. He'd email me back and ask him about that because he has my homeowner insurance too. I don't think so, though, because you're not in your home. You're not on the home property.
But it's your property. I guess I don't know how that would.
Yeah, I don't know either. You could be right. Insurance is the weirdest thing out there. Like, it's crazy some of the things that they cover and they don't cover.
My wife's rings are covered, but what happens to those if she forgot that sometime? There was an extra, for her diamond ring.
I think there's yeah, that's a good point. There are some clauses for jewelry. I know that, but I was thinking about with all the equipment in here, I should probably think about doing something with that.
You're not going to take it on the road. Though.
No, but I mean, just in general, I should take a few pictures of everything, and so that if don't come in my house, I have a lot of guns. Just FYI. So we're going to jump into our tip time, and Jesper's going to take a little bit of this. Of course, it's sponsored by Van True Cameras, and I will put that link in there for everyone. And so we're going to talk a little bit about taxes. I have a couple of slides that Ben will put up about. We're going to see how much Jesper made last year. Just kidding.
Well, we are.
Enjoy his social security number.
No, I took that off. So
you highlight in yellow, you can still see it. I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna go into a lot of details about all the taxes. I kind of wanted to focus this first one around the Schedule C. We got a lot of questions particularly about mileage. What can you deduct? And what are you required to document and that kind of stuff. So, in a sense, yeah, you should have a record of it. I print out my rides. I used to use I use an app, so you can print them out or whatever. But you don't need to have it per se. You only need it if you get audited. So, Ben, can you put up that slide?
There's some slides for Jesper's tax form.
So this is just my Schedule C from last year, and I'm gonna focus a little bit about just the Part 2 expenses, because there's quite a lot of things that you can actually expense out as being it's called being a 1099 employee, so a contract worker.
There we go.
So they all say do not mail because I utilize a tax accountant, and she files everything for me. Which by the way, guys, this is the best $300 I spend every year because I don't have to worry about it. She sent me an email with a tax packet. I gave her all the information. We have just a brief half an hour meeting. We sign them. It's done. I mean, I don't have to worry about it. And the first year I did it, I went into the meeting thinking I was going to pay $800. She turned it around, and I got $1,800 back.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was well worth it. And again, use a tax account.
I mean, basically, if they come knocking, they're going to come to your accountant. They're not going to come to you. I mean, eventually, if you've completely misled your accountant, but I mean, all the tech stuff, they're going to be like, yeah, we'll take care of it. That's why you pay.
Well, and you pay the accountant for the audit, so you have to pay that afterwards as well, which is fine. But just all the things you don't know about taxes is well worth it. So anyway, so this is just your Schedule C. you can't see a lot of things, but basically, I on the first page, I circled, the part 1, and that's where you put all your totals from your different W-2s and what's it
Well, we
called?
really shouldn't go. I was just thinking, and we're telling people go to a tax account, and then we're showing them, because you don't
Well,
fill this out. You just give them the numbers.
I don't
Right.
exactly. But if you are going to fill out yourself, you can download the Schedule C form of the IRS website, and you can put it in. It really is not, that hard. But again, at least you can prepare it for your tax accountant. For the mileage piece, though, you would want to go to page 2, where that's where you kind of put in part 4. That's where you put in your miles. So you put in the actual miles you ride there, and in this case, I drove 9,103 miles, business miles last year.
That's low.
Yeah. So, but that was my number, and that comes out to just roughly. Let's see. I had a total of $4,900 in expenses for my car. It's not all mileage because I had other things as well, but most of that was your mileage expenses.
Well, let's talk about the things that you can claim. I see your cell phone on here, $995. Did you claim your entire bill?
Oh, absolutely. Because I wouldn't have my cell phone if it wasn't for the. I mean, I might have, but you can claim the device too. Why not?
I didn't think my accountant would let me get away. But I think Ben was talking is like you couldn't. Somebody's accountant said they weren't going to do car washes. They said
that was mine.
Was that yours?
Yeah, because she claims that goes under the maintenance. And again, as you know, when it comes to mileage, you can either claim the mileage, or you can claim all your business, all your other expenses that has to do with the maintenance of the car, which means that would be the oil changes. That would be your car wash, all that stuff.
And most accountants will tell you the mileage is the way to go.
Oh, absolutely, because it's going to be better.
Right, and it's, I think, like 56 cents this year.
Yeah, it went up.
It went up like 3 cents.
Yeah,
so
again, there's a little bit different rates. Some of them, if it's medical, that kind of stuff. So there's a couple of different rates, but
so yeah, you can claim your cords in your car.
Yep.
Maybe an air freshener. My accountant lets me claim the car wash.
Yep.
What else am I missing?
Well, obviously the internet service, the
phone service.
The phone service.
Yeah, I can't believe your accountant says they do the whole thing. I mean, any IRS agent's going to be like, don't use this just right, or you literally use it just on the weekend. If you know what I'm saying.
The device I claim in whole because I can't use my phone service without the device.
Yeah.
But I only claim part of the cost of the service.
Oh, okay. So that $995 is just a portion of the service.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. And then again, I claim it also because I also do other business except for Uber. I mean, that's not just Uber and Lyft. I'm in sales in my day job, so that's part of that.
So Jamie Lynn's asking for the person that does your taxes. I mean, I have a guy too, so
yeah. I mean, I can post
free advertising for everyone.
I can post her name is Stacy, and I can post the information later on.
I can post mine now.
That's fine. Who can post it first?
Oh, now they're having a war.
I already got it done.
You lose, Jesper.
Fine,
Sorry.
So, but yeah, just make sure you.
I wouldn't do it myself. That's just me.
And this year I'm gonna have
Can you imagine a headache.
I'm gonna have like 11 1099s this year. I mean, I've pretty much dabbled in anything and everything in the gig economy lately. So some of them
almost everything.
You will not have that many 1099s.
What's that?
You won't have that many 1099s.
No,
not 11.
Well, I mean, I was being.
You won't even have you made more than 20 grand on a platform?
So
it's 600. I thought.
I thought it was 600.
It's 20
No, we're not talking just Uber and Lyft. We're talking all the other.
Well, Uber and Lyft have to have a minimum of 20, or they're not going to give you a 1099.
Right. Well, what
you
about
still
the
get a
other
summary.
apps like Shipped and
Amazon Flex.
Flex?
So it's just
Grubhub,
Uber and Lyft that are the
DoorDash.
only ones with the 20K cap.
I don't know. I thought you were saying that all of them were like. That's what I was asking.
Huh.
Now,
Interesting.
Remember though that we still have to pay taxes. Every time you make more than $600 from any one service, you pay taxes.
Screw
on.
them.
do.
I'm not paying nothing.
You just don't have a 1099 all the time, is what I'm trying to clarify.
But they're gonna file it.
Yes.
They are filing it with the IRS.
You have everything you need to file with your
sure.
summary, but
Yes.
you're not necessarily going to get a 1099.
Isn't it
Correct.
1099 summary?
This is why you hire an accountant, because I don't understand why when Uber Lyft first started out, they did give you a 1099,
did.
and then all of a sudden did a rule change, or they were doing something wrong?
I'm not sure, but they don't require. They don't give you them unless you make 20,000 in a year.
Yeah, I just wonder why 2 years ago that changed, because
Yeah.
before it was like just a normal 1099.
It was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stupid
I
idiots.
know that I got an email from DoorDash that they're actually using a service now. If you haven't got that already, Jason.
Yeah,
they're gonna sign. You have to sign up for some electronic service with them.
You don't have to.
I was trying to
keep
think
getting
of the
email.
other.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything.
I keep getting it too. I just did not read it.
I have not made $600.
No, I haven't either.
So Jamie, just let Stacey know that Jesper sent you, and she'll treat you well.
This is completely off topic, but what was that other delivery service in Grand Rapids that launched and failed? Well, it was kind of
Failed?
didn't fail, but it's not really around. You went to the meeting for it.
Oh,
yeah.
Joyrun.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't. Is that even around?
I don't know. I think I did one run.
I did like
that
two.
was bothering me. I could not think. Of
I
the
feel
name.
like well, Jamie should know. We were at the meeting. We were at the meeting together, Jamie and I.
Hey
That's where I
Jamie,
met her.
when are
I
you
was there
coming on
too.
here?
Jamie says IRS rules say only 1099 for over 20K. So maybe the IRS changed the rules and not Uber and Lyft. Dummies.
Right. Now, but that doesn't mean you don't have to file it.
No, don't
I'm done
file.
with taxes. Let's
Don't
move
file.
on.
Don't file. You don't have to pay taxes.
You also don't have to build a bridge. Right?
I probably should.
build a wall, right?
I probably shouldn't have said that live.
GR
recorded.
Rideshare does not endorse Jason's statement.
Yes. Don't. All right, we're about ready to wrap up. We got a couple of just a couple of things. Someone posted in the group. I look different in my license taken 3.5 years ago versus now, so they deactivated me. That's super weird. I mean, when you read Facebook, you take everything with a grain of salt, because you're
yeah.
like, okay, well, I don't have a beard anymore,
And you had no
and they
problem.
approve every time they do like a little check. It's like take picture and move on.
Yeah, you look like a little kid now without your beard.
Shut up.
So real fast, Christy is on YouTube and asking about. if
Oh,
people are
Christy, I
using
forgot YouTube.
Pixel 2. Christy, I'm using the Pixel 3. I was using the first before that.
Oh,
and
you're
there's
fancy, huh?
I don't use. I mean, are you a full timer? I do not use 12 gigabyte of data a month.
No, I am a
Absolutely
data hog. We just talked about that because
Yeah.
I use about 8 to 10, but that was not full time driving. So
You're gonna be using
Right.
a ton more now.
shut up. And,
I mean,
check my phone right
I
now.
think I
Better
use.
look at your phone
I use
plan.
maybe a couple of gigs. I mean,
a
that.
couple.
Well, on rideshare.
Oh, on rideshare.
On rideshare,
Okay,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, that's all you use for the home. I mean, you're Wi-Fi all day at work.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna see how much I've used this month so far. This is the first time I had to pay a phone bill too. It's a little weird.
Oh, does your heart hurt?
It does. I've used 3.83 gigs this month.
But
So,
when did you officially start driving full time?
last week?
Now
Oh.
the new service you started doing as well is going to also use more service. You got to think about that.
More data, you mean?
what?
Stereo.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I know, but that's
Why'd
also
you even
good.
bring it up?
I
I'm
didn't.
sure-
He didn't.
I didn't bring it up.
I'm
He
yelling
did.
at you.
I didn't
Jasper.
bring it up.
You know, I actually thought about having a powwow about that as I came down. I'm like, nah, no one's gonna bring it up. We'll talk about it later.
But
Well,
there's
so-
Jesper.
Please purge your ears.
Yeah, that's fine. I did want to mention real fast that, guys, it looks like we are getting close to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. And just letting you know that there is going to be a special giveaway when we reach 5,000 subscribers. So have that in mind. Go spread the YouTube channel.
Share.
Share, whatever.
Spread your.
Subscribe.
Dave says his Note 8 uses only 4 to 5 gigs a month. That's bizarre. I feel like some phones. I gotta look at my
But do
phone.
they have Wi-Fi in the vehicle? Because I mean, I don't use any data when I'm using my Wi-Fi.
Well, your Wi-Fi uses it.
Yeah, but I have unlimited.
Well,
Right.
so is your phone then. What does it matter?
Well,
You're using the same plan.
you got to remember I have Sprint on my phone, and then my Wi-Fi is Verizon. So
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a difference then.
I do not have unlimited on Sprint.
Yeah, doesn't matter. They suck.
They do. Don't
Did
do
we
Sprint.
answer Christy's question?
Yeah, what was
If they
Christy's
use a
question?
Pixel 2, how much data they use for the Uber app? My Pixel 2 uses over. Oh, she's wanting to know if anyone else is experiencing that heavy usage.
Yeah.
Does the Android phone have like a background app refresh? Like, because Nick and I are iPhones, you can go in there and turn that off so it doesn't.
iPhone for life.
Now, Christy,
Uber cool.
The new version of Android
Sucks.
No, it's
Sorry.
I love it. It actually has a data saving option. You could try that one. Now, I've noticed that if you turn on the battery saving option, then it actually turn off location services as well. So you can't do that, obviously.
Oh,
That's because it sucks.
I thought it was Android. You could pick and choose whatever you wanted to do.
Well, you can. But
I
you,
thought
Except
Android
if-
was awesome, Jesper.
Except if you turn on battery saver, you can't use.
which is why you have it plugged in all the time. Hope that answers your question, Chris.
I don't think it
It
does.
didn't.
And just ignore Jason. He's a
Idiot. All right, so this is another one. I'll post these pictures at some point this week. Heads up from your Lyft passenger. Sebastian is sending you a message. Please pull over to call and text and back safely. Oh, what a sweet message. Thanks for making me late to work, you ugly fuck. I hope you enjoy sitting in your car fucking up people's lives who rely on Lyft to get to work. I wish your dumb ass would come back so I could fuck you up.
You actually had one pretty similar.
Yeah,
to this.
yeah. I should. We saved
Yeah,
it.
we shared it.
Yeah,
on
but
our page.
recently. Oh, so it's on our page somewhere.
Yep, it's on our page.
All right, I'll try to find it. But yeah, that is crazy. Like, seriously, this person has some issues. My guy did too. Like, I didn't even know. I think he was texting another driver that yanked his chain or something. Next one I'm gonna skip. Okay, this one's funny. I found this one on Reddit. The dumbest question a PAX has ever asked me. Yesterday, mid-snowstorm, I picked up what I thought were 4 young adults all dressed in club wear. Of course, club wear. It's a snowstorm. The girls are not going to put a coat on. As they piled in, I looked in the back and saw 4 in the back seat. One was sitting on the other's lap, making 5 packs total. I immediately said, no, I only have 5 seat belts in the car. Then one of the guys in the back asked, well, can I order another seat in the app? I love when packs load in quietly like I'm not going to notice the extra person with them.
So I
Can
think
I-
we've. Oh, sorry.
Go
keep
ahead.
going. I think we've all gotten burned on this before, though.
Oh yeah.
Ben, a couple of times, he's like, yeah, I look back, she's laying in the floor. I'm like, how did you not see that?
Sometimes when you're super busy, it is hard, especially if they're not loud, they're quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
happens.
we've all had it a couple of times where
Oh, yeah.
people...
It's
But good
always
catch.
those tiny little like college girls.
Yeah, they're
Or you
100 pounds...
combine 2 of them and it
Yeah.
actually makes 1.
Right, they're like 100 pounds
They're
wet.
like 3 of. I'm like 3 of them.
Right.
So, and then there was one time it was a grandma. How are you going to say no to a grandma?
And then there's the one time where you're like, yeah, I took 7.
It doesn't happen often.
I haven't done it in a while, but I did it once when it was kind of a far out ride. They weren't going to get another ride. I'm like, you know what?
Screw it.
I mean, we try to follow the rules as best we can, but sometimes, it is what it is.
Yep.
And then Nick, this is the last one, and then we'll wrap up. Nick and I kind of went back and forth on this. So someone asked on the Grand Rapids page and said, can we pick up Uber riders and Lyft rider at the same time en route? So I thought it was a stupid question. Nick defended her, and nothing against her, and she's a new driver, so I'll cut her a little slack with that. But I was just like,
Is there a new side piece we need to worry about, Nick?
what? Oh,
You're defending her.
right.
It was a legitimate question from a new driver. And
Yeah.
everyone gave her shit.
Yeah.
Besides me.
No, I didn't say anything. I just was like, Nick, no, what? What? I mean,
What?
Well, technically you're independent contractors, so
I mean, but even if you could, what are the chances you're going to get both at the same spot at the
Okay.
same time?
I read this on one of the Facebook groups. Small airport. The driver was the only driver there. One passenger
Running both
ordered,
platforms?
Yep. One passenger ordered a Lyft and one ordered an Uber. They got together and decided that they were just going to ride together.
I mean, yeah, I could see it happening in a small market.
But did they keep both on?
That one I don't know. I
I
just
would.
remember reading this.
Yeah, how does that violate rules? Like, they say we can work for other companies because we're independent, but what if we're running both at the same time?
Who's going to pay the insurance and the accident?
Oh my God! Don't even start there. That's
Tryp.
oh my gosh. So All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Sorry about the technical glitches. It is what it is.
That's what makes it fun.
It's funny. Dave and I did our little thing, and I guess our little thing. We did a pre-test, and
Well, we even did pre-tests too.
yeah, but I mean, when you're not running it through everything, I mean, literally, I guess you're gonna have to do that every time. So, but oh well. Yep. Share our YouTube page. Share the Justin's Whip It video because that should be going crazy because it's hilarious.
Yes.
I've told people that I've picked up about that, and they die laughing about it. So I'm not sure why it hasn't taken off. And yeah, we'll be giving away something. I don't know. Nick's side piece.
Yep.
Get us to 5,000 subscribers. You guys will find out.
Yeah. By the next 2 weeks, we want to hit 5,000 subscribers.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, well, I don't think that's going to happen. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And have an awesome, awesome night. Thanks.